All right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are. Hope everybody is doing okay. This is Dan with Ledger Support. As usual, this is our Monday show. It's just me today, Pringe. Pringe and I will host the session tomorrow. So if you like watching, both of us, then we'll be live tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'll be here to answer all your questions. As usual, just please drop your questions in the chat, and I'll go sequentially one question after another. Also, as usual, please let me know if you can hear me okay, if the sound is all good, if the video is good as well. I just want to make sure you guys have the best experience during the live and we're able to communicate, okay? Before we start, just a quick, as usual, quick reminder, be careful of scams. Okay, so there is a lot of scams, of course, in crypto, typically on Twitter, but also sometimes on YouTube, but much less on YouTube. But on Twitter, lots of scammers all over the place. So just be super careful, guys. Don't fall for scams. Typically, scammers they'll want to DM you. They'll send you a DM request, or they'll get into DMs asking for your 24 recovery phrase. Just keep in mind that anyone getting a hold of your recovery phrase will be able to steal your funds. Okay, so please, guys, be super careful. Don't let the scammers get your funds and your private keys, and never share your 24 recovery phrase. Okay, cool. All right, so let's begin. Again, guys, if you can hear me okay, just please drop a yes or something in the chat so I know that you guys can hear me without any issues here. Okay, so let's begin. So the first question is from Jason, and Jason is saying that, okay, I've emailed Ledger but had a very complicated answer to my question. I have sent my ETC, so Ethereum Classic, to my Ethereum ETH accounts, but it's not showing. Why is it so easy to send and nearly impossible to get back? Okay, so Jason, two questions here. I'm going to answer the first question about sending ETC to ETH. So basically what happens is you're basically sending ETC to an address that exists on the Ethereum Classic network, but that's not standard. And that's the reason why Ledger Live is not able to find this address and you find this account and show it to you. Okay, so instead you have to use a third-party wallet like MyEther wallet to be able to access this account on this derivation path. That's unusual because although they share the same name, Ethereum Classic and Ethereum ETH are two different networks. So if you have ETC, it's very important to send your coins via the ETC Ethereum Classic network when, for example, you withdraw your coins from Binance. The same thing for ETH, okay, Ethereum. Then when you send Ethereum to your Ledger device, you always need to use your Ethereum account. Sometimes it's called ETH, Ethereum, ERC20. I mean, different exchanges use different names, which is slightly confusing, but they're all the same thing. Now, to answer your question, Jason, you'll need to use, that's probably what the agent recommended, but you'll need to, it's a complicated process, and you'll need to follow this tutorial here. I accidentally sent my Ethereum Classic to my Ethereum account. You need to be very careful to follow each step very carefully. There's lots of steps, and you need to also install a special app called the Ethereum Recovery app, which is not available by default in Ledger Live. You need to activate developer mode. So it's quite a complicated process. Now, if you have a ticket that's pending with us, you can just drop the ticket in the chat here, and I can pick it up for you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow morning when I get back to work. In the meantime, I'm just gonna share this article with you, Jason, in case that wasn't shared with you previously. Please give it a second try, see if you can find your coins. If you still cannot find your coins, it might be the case that actually this is not exactly what happened, and you didn't send your ETC to your Ethereum account, or this account is not secure by your Ledger device. In which case, I'll need to get the transaction ID from you and your logs as well. So I'll need more information, probably more than what you're comfortable sharing in this live right now. So Again, if you have a ticket pending with us, just drop the ticket in the chat so I can get back to you. If not, just try the tutorial and let me know how it goes. So Jason, you're also saying that you had 203 Kyber network tokens. So I think that would be KYC. I don't remember the ticker, but it might be KYC, which is a funny ticker. Had 203 Kyber network tokens, and it's also disappeared from our ledger. What has happened to it? So again, it's difficult to say just like reading this. It could be that the account on which the tokens are stored is, has been hidden in Ledger Live. It could be that if your device has been reset and has a different recovery phrase, then you might not be able to see the account in Ledger Live again. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, but I would say at this point, 2 things you can do. So first of all, go into Ledger Live. So you would go into Ledger Live and let me pull Ledger Live real quick. Go into your account. Okay, so assuming your KYC, your Kyber tokens are inside your Ethereum account. So go into your Ethereum account where the token should be, right? Click receive, and then go through the flow to get your Ethereum address. Okay, so get your Ethereum address, then you can verify it on your device. Okay, and then then open the browser, go to Etherscan. All right, go to Etherscan and paste your address in Etherscan, just like that. And then navigate to the token holding session here and then open the menu here. And then just take a look at the list here and see if you can see your coins here. And if you can't, then the tokens are not in the accounts. And so, they're probably not secured by your Ledger device. So that's one thing you should check. Another thing you could check is potentially still in Ledger Live. You might want to go into the Discover section here. Then navigate to, where is it? There's an app called Zerion. Here we go, Zerion. Okay, make sure you select your Ethereum account, okay? If not, you can change the account at the top. And select the Ethereum chain. Or you can select all networks, it's even better. And see if you can see your Kyber tokens in there. And on which network, okay, that's also important. So the token, for example, like you can see I've got Gala on the Ethereum network here. I've got Tether on the Polygon network. So check if you can see your Kyber network tokens somewhere in there. And just let me know. And again, if you have a pending ticket, just share the ticket with me in the chat so I can get back to you. Okay, next guys, the next question is from Rajesh Kumar. When I send some Polkadot chain token, when I send some Polkadot chain tokens to Polkadot address, the tokens didn't show in Ledger Live. So Rajesh, that might be because some tokens, so some exchanges actually use a special type of transactions when sending dots that is not detected by Ledger Live, which doesn't mean the tokens are not in your address. It just means that Ledger Live is not able to detect this balance, to detect the transaction. So what you can do here is, so the first thing I would say you should do is go to Subscan here, okay, Polkadot Subscan. I'm gonna share that with you. Rajesh. Okay, go to Subscan. And then look up your Ledger Polkadot address and see if you're able to see the correct balance and the transaction. Because as I was saying, some type of transactions that are used by some exchanges are not detected by Ledger Live. This would include this type of transaction called transfer allow death or batch all. Those two types of transactions are not supported in Ledger Live. So if that's what the exchange used to send you the coins, then yes, the coins are in your wallet, but Ledger Live will not be able to detect it. Only Subscan will be able to see it, which is not a big deal. The coins are in your wallet and the balance is probably correct, but the transaction will not be listed. So yeah, probably like just take a look at the transaction on Subscan, and if you see transfer allow death or batch all like that, then it's one of those not supported type of transactions. Okay, I'm sharing the link of the tutorial with you so you can take a look. Okay, so the next question is from Jason Cruz. Please need a video tutorial for Setstack, status of the first batch release of Ledger stacks. Okay, thanks Jason for the question. So the tutorial for Setstack, yes, this has been a long awaited tutorial and still have to do it. There's quite a lot of setup because I've got my Ethereum node here at home, but I to be frank with you, I didn't have time to actually connect it to Ledger Live Setstack, so I know the documentation is a little patchy. So yeah, I'll do it as soon as possible, but yeah, to be very frank, it's not very high on a priority list because not many people try to use the feature, and people need like different tutorials as well. So yeah, that's something that's on my list. I will definitely at some point do it, but I can't promise any ETA. But yeah. Your second question, the status of the first batch release of Ledger Stacks. So no ETA yet, still working on it. Again, if you probably used when you pre-ordered, you used an email address. So whenever your device is ready, we'll send you an email with a notification to say, hey, your device is on the way. So just keep an eye on your inbox, and that's where we'll communicate with you to let you know when the stacks is going to be shipped. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm not able to tell you more. I don't really know when the stacks will be ready to be shipped. But again, what I can guarantee is like we are working on it, and we just want to make sure that the device is good when you get it, right? Okay. All right, just quick pause, guys. So if you just joined the stream, this is Dan with Ledger Support. If you have any questions, just drop the questions in the chat, and I'll answer your questions one after the other. Just gonna take a quick water break. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Okay, cool. That being said, I really appreciate the questions from y'all. So Emil, just to be perfectly accurate, the stacks is not on the way right now. I don't mean literally on the way, like being shipped right now. What I mean is like we're still working on like producing the stacks, right? And once they are ready to be shipped, then you'll get a notification in your email, right? That's what I meant. Cool. All right, next question from Cruz. I recognize the handle, so welcome back, Cruz. Okay, so Cruz is asking, what's going on with this Ledger hack I keep hearing about, especially that YouTube lady that lost thousands of XRP that was stored on Ledger Live? Yeah, I've seen the video, and okay, so here's my opinion on what happened to that lady. So I was not in contact with her, but typically, so I've seen a lot of cases of what we call like, sorry for you lost cases where the customer lose their funds and there is a transaction, they think they got hacked. And typically what always happen is, typically the people that get hacked that way, although it's not really a hack, but typically what happens is like they're in shock and they don't know what happened and they're in panic and they just lost a lot of money. And so they're really in that state of disarray where they don't understand what happened really. But then, they reach out to us, and then usually we ask a lot of questions. We're like, okay, well, did you share a recovery phrase? Did you take a picture of your recovery phrase? Did someone have access to your Ledger device? And sometimes there's this whole process of just the more you ask questions, the more you realize that actually, 99.9% of cases, someone actually share the recovery phrase one way or another. Maybe they don't remember it. Maybe, you know, it's something distant in the past where they took a picture of the recovery phrase at some point in the past, so they backed it up in a password manager, and, you know, they completely forgot about it, but somehow someone find access to that picture, password manager, or old copy of the ledger recovery phrase, and that's how they got their funds stolen. 99.9% of the cases, the 0.1% that's left, it's usually someone find the recovery phrase and they have access to the PIN and the ledger device. So this is like what happens. So I think that this lady, again, like I didn't get on hands experience with the case, but I'm pretty sure that someone had access to either the device and the PIN codes or the recovery phrase, because ledger devices are safe. There is no way to hack the device. It's been tried in the past, but it's never been successful. So, you know, unfortunately, it's always user error, and it's always down to, most of the time, it's a recovery phrase issue. So I suspect that's what happened to that lady. What could also have happened is potentially maybe she bought a device that was initialized. It was a tampered device where someone had initialized the device and included like a pin in the box, and she got tricked into using that device, but someone else had already generated a recovery phrase for, and so that's also like an attack that I've seen in the past. So sorry, that's a long answer, but I would say probably either tampered device, or she had her recovery phrase somehow, or someone had access to her ledger device. That's what I think happened. But that being said, I hope she finds the coins. Sometimes there are some happy ending with those kind of cases, but typically like the funds are gone. Anyway, next question, Leo Pio. Hi, if I buy crypto in an happy buy day on Ledger Live via bank transfer through a provider that participates in this promotion, do the fees apply because of the bank transfer arrive 2 to 3 days later or not? That's a very good question. I actually don't know what happens if you use a bank transfer. I'm guessing that the fees will not apply because you bought within that window where there is no fee. So that's the way it should work. I've always used a credit card during Happy Buy Day, and so I never had this issue. I never thought about it. But you know what? I'm just gonna take mental notes of your question, Leo, and I'll ask for you, because that's a good question. I would say probably bank transfer fees don't apply, even though the bank transfer might reach like later. Okay, let me just write down this question real quick. Bank transfer, Happy Buy Day. And for you guys who don't know what Happy Buy Day is it's a monthly promotion that happens on every first Thursday of the month, and it's basically you can buy crypto from Ledger Live with no fees, so all the fees are waived, so it's a good time to buy. Next question from Rohit Dutta. Can you confirm if Etherbit India is a genuine reseller for Ledger in India? Are there any chances that a reseller already know the seed phrase? Okay, good question, Rohit. Let me check. So we actually have a reseller page. Ledger. So I'm gonna check real quick if they are on the website. Okay, so I'm gonna share that with you as well, so you can take a look on your free time. Okay, so Asia, India. Right, so I don't see Etherbit. Yeah, okay, so Etherbit. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, I confirm they are an official reseller. Etherbit, here we go. Oh, they sell treasures as well, and Ledger. Okay, so they sell a bunch of crypto stuff here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so they are an official reseller. Any chance that reseller already know the seed phrase? No, because they get their devices directly from us, from France. So typically, unless someone would actively conspire with the reseller to set up the device and tamper with those, and then repackage the device and then ship them to you, then no, those devices are safe. That being said, there are some best practices that apply whether or not you buy directly from the Ledger website or reseller, and those are actually listed here in this video, which I'm gonna share with you. Yep, so you can watch the video and learn about all the different best practices when buying from a reseller, Rohit. So let me know if you have any more questions. But again, guys, like it's not dangerous to buy from a reseller. They get their devices directly from us. Same thing if you buy from Amazon as well. They get their devices from us, but just make sure that they are official Amazon resellers. And again, if it's a reseller, make sure that they are on the list here. Okie doke. All right, next question. When is Ledger Mobile coming? From Steven. Question from Steven Eggman. Sorry if I'm butchering your name here, Steven. When is Ledger Mobile coming? Ledger Mobile already exists, Steven. So you just have to download it from the Ledger website. So typically you would go to ledger.com, just like that. Just to prove it to you that Ledger Mobile is a thing, I actually have it on my Ledger, my device here, my phone. So it's supported on Android and iPhone. So where can you find the app? You just go to ledger.com, go to app and services, and from there you can find links to the App Store or the Play Store for your phone. So let me share that with you, Steven. Okay, so I think I answered your question, but maybe you have more questions. I'm not sure if maybe your questions was something else related to the mobile experience on Ledger. So just don't hesitate to ask more questions if I didn't answer you. Okay, Jason can hear you. Thank you, Jason. Next question, Govard Barkadov. When Ledger stacks? Still no ETA, Govard. We're working on it. We'll send you an email. Whenever the stacks is ready to ship, we'll send you an email to the email address you provided when you pre-order. Bear with us. I know it's been a long time, but we really, really want to make sure that your device will be tip-top when you get it. So yeah. Next from Brooklyn State of Mind. Good morning. Good morning. Next from Elizabeth Murray. Should you store your XRP and XLM, so that would be XRP and Stellar, on QFS Ledger, QF Ledger, or where? Can you leave it on Trust Wallet? I don't know what QFS Ledger or QF Ledger is, Elizabeth. So if you could explain maybe what you mean here. Yep, just let me know what you mean. If you have a link to those places, then let me know. I would be careful if it's a website, because that could be potentially scammy. Can you leave it on Trust Wallet? I mean, yes, you can leave your XRP on Trust Wallet, but in this case, they won't be protected by your ledger. So unless Trust Wallet has a plug, I know that Trust Wallet lets folks connect to the ledger device, in which case that's fine. You can use the Trust Wallet extension. If they support XRP, then that's good, but I don't think they do, right? Okay, so what I'm seeing here is Trust Wallet supports only EVM compatible blockchain with Ledger. So that would be Ethereum, BNB Chain, Polygon, Avalanche. Okay, so XRP is not on the list. So Elizabeth, to answer your question, no, Trust Wallet is not supported when it comes to XRP. So you will have to create an XRP account in Ledger Live and then move your XRP from Trust Wallet to your Ledger account. You might be wondering, how do you do it? You can just do it in Ledger Live. Okay, so you would go to account, add account, you select an XRP account, just like that. Continue. Then you go through the steps with your Ledger device to create a XRP account. All right. So you can see I already have 2 accounts in my portfolio, but so let's assume that you add your account, boom, then you've got your first account, okay, that will be empty. You can click on the receive button, continue. Then you verify the address on your device, make sure it's the same as the address that shows in Ledger Live, copy the address, if they match, okay. And then you can use that address to send your coins from Trust Wallet to your Ledger account, okay. Just as simple as that. Cool. All right. Next question from something else, Elizabeth, that I almost forgot. We actually we hosted this class on XRP best practices yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was on Friday. So if you want to learn everything about XRP best practices and how to store your coins securely, you can go on the YouTube channel here and watch this video. It's really good. Lots of good tips shared by Tim and Ty from the US team here. So I'm gonna share that with you in just a second. Just watch the entire thing, because I know the XRP community is being heavily targeted by scammers. So you guys need to stay safe. But basically, if you never share your 24-hour recovery phrase, you should be fine. Okay, next question. Next question from Rumatula Khan. There is rumors for XRP Compromise from Ledger Live. We need to know the issue so what we can prepare ourselves. Yeah, I think you mentioning that's I've talked about that like earlier, the XRP video. I don't think those rumors are hold water at all. I think the person that was hacked, so to speak, they just shared their recovery phrase, or someone had access to their Ledger device. I've seen so many cases similar where people don't remember that it was basically their fault, and they shared the recovery phrase at some point. They forgot about it, but in most cases, it's just the recovery phrase. And if it's not the recovery phrase, they give someone had access to their Ledger device and PIN code. So, unfortunately, this is probably what happened to the lady. Okay, next question from Brooklyn State of Mind. My Ledger Nano X has been showing battery issue displayed for a while. I tried everything on the help page, but nothing works. Okay, so Brooklyn, you can reach out to us via the help center. There is a link in the video description, support.ledger.com. Just reach out to us, open a ticket, and we'll look into this. If your device is still under warranty, then we'll just replace the device. If it's a battery issue, no worries. And you said you've tried everything on the help page, so if nothing works, just make sure to mention that as well in your ticket, so the agent will not tell you to go through the same steps. Okay. Cruise. So Brooklyn, just to finish with your query here. Here the link to the help center where you can open a ticket. It's also in the video description. Okay, next, can you explain? So Cruz, can you explain to me about the seed recovery update? Like, how does it work? Yeah, okay, sure. I'm just gonna drink a little bit of water first. So the name is Ledger Recover, and Ledger Recover is basically a backup option for your seed. Okay. Now, a few things to understand. First of all, it's not launched yet. Okay, so even if you want to use Recover, it's not available because it hasn't been launched officially. Second thing, you might have heard of the firmware that activate Recover. That this is not actually true. The firmware is just giving your Nano X, because it's only available for Nano X devices for now. The firmware is just giving your Nano X the optional ability to use Ledger Recover. But if you don't want to use it, then you can just update the firmware, but you can completely ignore Ledger Recover when it launches. Okay, so updating the firmware does not automatically activate Recover. If you want to activate Recover, there is a whole onboarding process that you have to follow, and there's multiple steps, so it's not something you can accidentally activate. Okay, now how does it work? If you're interested, it's a pretty cool feature actually. If you want to use it for people that need it, where you would go through the onboarding process, and then your seed would be, so the seed is the random number that's inside your device that create all your private keys. All right, so your seed will be split into 3 fragments, and those fragments will be securely encrypted and then dispatched to 3 different custodians. And then so they will have each like a fragment that cannot be used to reconstitute the entire seed. So they can't do anything with it, right, if they only have one fragment. And let's say, for example, in the future, you lose your recovery phrase, then you can recall those fragments and re-seed your device, and so it's pretty cool because for people that might need this service, then you have a backup for your recovery phrase in case you need it. And not everybody will use the service, and again, it's optional, but it might, we launched it because we know for sure, especially at support, that there are people that need this kind of optional assistance to help them secure their seed and private keys. Okay, not everybody, it's not the case for everybody. For example, I don't need it, but I know a lot of people that might need it. So yeah, that's how it works. I don't know how deep you want me to go into it, but yeah, that's just a brief primer on how it works. If you want to learn more, there is a series of blog posts on the Ledger website, and there is also an FAQ that I can recommend. So Ledger Recover. Let me share that with you real quick. Where is it? Yeah, here. It's on the homepage actually. Let me share that with you. Cruz. And I would also suggest to take a look at the Ledger website, ledger.com, and check out the blog post about Recover. And those, they really go deep into the technology, how it works, and how the seed is encrypted and secured, and it's very secure, guys. Just so you know, we have some of the best engineers in the world like working on this kind of stuff. So it's a really safe solution. But again, I understand it's not for everybody. So if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. And again, updating the firmware will not automatically activate it. Cruz, I'm sharing this link here to the blog. You can see there is like two blog posts about Recover. There will be 4 more blog posts about it if you want to learn more. Okay, next question. Hey Dan, from Emil. Hey Emil. Hey Dan, 1inch app works as like a charm in Ledger device. That's good, Emil. Thanks for the feedback. That's great. You've got pair swap as well. That's pretty good. Invest. Okay, guys, I think I'm back. Apologies for that. If you could just let me know if you can hear me okay. I think the stream, so OBS just crashed on me. So my apologies for that. It's not great UX for you. Just checking if you can hear me okay. Okay, if this is not working, we'll just cut the stream short, and what you can do instead, you can just drop your questions in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. And again, apologies for that. This is the first time a stream. Oh, okay, so you can hear me. Okay, great. So sorry about that. I'll continue with the questions. Massive tech issue here on my side, but let's not let that get in the way. Okay, so all right, so the next question was from let me check. So the next question was from Emil. So Emil, you were next. Any news about Clayton? Dan, when Ledger going to add it? No news, unfortunately, mate. Still no news. I know there is. I think there is a. Yeah, there is a project to integrate that, but I don't know exactly when that's gonna hit Ledger Live, unfortunately. Next question from Helix0911. How can I send BTC to a Lightning address? If not possible, will be a feature in the future. Cheers. Okay, good question. Thank you, Helix. So currently, Ledger does not support Lightning wallets. So you'll need to create a transaction from your Ledger Bitcoin account to that Lightning Network wallet that you're using. So pick your favorite, right? In the future, Lightning might not be, I mean, it might be a feature in the future, maybe, but the problem with Lightning wallets is they're not cold wallets, right? Because they need to be connected to the internet. So there are some major UX issues with Lightning wallets. So that's one of the reasons why the integration is so difficult. So I wouldn't hold my breath for having Lightning Network inside Ledger Live, unfortunately. But for now, I would say keep most of your Bitcoin inside of your Ledger account. And then once in a while, when you need to use Lightning, just send over like a little bit of Bitcoin to that wallet. Next question, Emil. Ledger Stacks is on the way. Yeah, so not yet, but we're working on it and we'll let you know. Emil, put the 25th word for better defense or use multisig, guys. Yeah, that's good advice. Passphrase, always recommended to use a passphrase, guys. Passphrases are awesome and they will add a lot of security to your setup, and they're not very difficult to set up once you get used to how they work. You can attach them to a secret pin that you can have on your device. So basically you have 2 pins, one for your regular account and like another pin for your secret accounts. And yeah, they are really good and I always recommend them. And we have documentation on how to use a passphrase. So I'm just gonna drop that in the comment section as well, so you guys can take a look. Okay, next, Bob. Question, do I need multisig? If so, do Ledger have a good relationship with Unchained? So I do think Unchained is compatible with Ledger. Other options for multisig. So to answer your question, Bob, do you need multisig? It depends on how much Bitcoin you store. I would say, so many things to consider. Like, first of all, multisig is not available for every type of account. Typically, multisig is available for Bitcoin accounts and Ethereum accounts. And I'm talking about solutions that are compatible with Ledger device. So, for example, you could use something like Casa HODL. Whoops, I hope that's the correct Casa Keys. Sorry, I think they call Casa Keys. So Casa Keys, very good solution. They're compatible with Ledger to store Bitcoin and ETH, but not ERC20 tokens. Okay, so for now it's just BTC and ETH. I recommend, it's good, and they're fully compatible with Ledger devices. Unchained, I'm not sure if they are compatible with Ledger devices. I think they are, but I can't guarantee. But Casa, I've used it myself in the past. Would definitely recommend. They're pretty good, and the app is easy to use. And who knows, maybe Ledger will spin its own, solution as well for multisig as well. Casa Keys. Let me just show you what Casa looks like. Yeah, that one. Casa, pretty good, so would recommend. So if you're storing a lot of crypto, then I would say multisig is probably a good option. If not, you can just use a normal Ledger device account with maybe a passphrase on top. I think that's a very strong security setup as well. Okay, Emil, watch the Ledger tutorials. You'll learn almost all the options for your device. Yep, I agree. Those tutorials are great. Next question from Johan. Hello, how do I hide my tokens? Let me show you. It's very easy. You would navigate to your account. So it depends what you mean by hiding your tokens, right? So there is an option to go into discrete mode here, like instead of balances, you will see stars. You just click that button here, toggle discrete mode like that, and you can make your balances disappear. That's one way to hide your balance. It's more private. If you want to hide a token that is scammy or a scammy NFT that you might have received in your Polygon account, for example, then you would go into your Polygon account. Then you navigate to the NFT that you want to hide. So for example, this one, you can see those two NFTs here, they're scams. So I'm gonna hide one of them. Right click, hide NFT collection, and hide. And boom, it's gone. And then you can do the same thing for all the NFTs that you want to hide. Those NFTs are scam. Hiding them is the recommended method to get rid of them. Don't try to move them or send them out of your wallet with a transaction that would only put your accounts in danger. Okay, just hide them. They cannot hurt you if they're just in your wallet but doing nothing. Okay. All right. Okay, next question. Marvin, still having issue transferring HBAR from exchange to NanoX. Also, will there be a time that Ledger will at XDC? Marvin, XDC, I'm trying internally to push because I know the community has been wanting a Ledger integration for a long time. So I'm making progress, but I can't guarantee an ETA. With regard to HBAR, we have documentation, Marvin, on how to create a Ledger account with hashback in your Ledger device. So you might want to look at that. HBAR, it's on the Help Center. Here's the account. Here's the account for you. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you can follow the steps to create a Ledger account with your Ledger device in hashback. And then you can import that account in Ledger Live, and then you can send your coins from whatever exchange you're using to your Ledger device. Next question, Johan, you don't want certain coins tallied in my total balance. Okay, so in this case, Johan, you can also, for example, you don't want to see this token here, then you can right click, hide token, and that should make them disappear from the balance as well. Okay. All right, next question. Emil, Dan, on Ledger Live, there is an experimental option translation testing. I can translate to my native language. You can try it. Yeah, I've never tried it myself, but yeah, try it and let me know if it works. I'd be curious to know like what language you're speaking, if that's okay for you to disclose that information, of course. So I can escalate that. Maybe we need to add it, but if not, just try it and let me know how it goes. Next question, Lincoln Brown. Hello, on the same topic, XDC. How do I swap from ETH to XDC? Lincoln, I don't think it's not supported because XDC is not supporting Ledger Live yet. So yes, you can store XDC with your Ledger device in a third-party wallet, but because XDC is not supported in Ledger Live, you will not be able to swap ETH for XDC within Ledger Live, unfortunately. What you can do instead is just send your ETH to an exchange that supports ETH and XDC, do the swap over there, and then send the XDC back onto your Ledger device. That's the best way you can do it. Next question from Serena's Lens. There is more to do to protect XRP other than transferring it. Yes, Serena, there is a lot of ways to protect XRP. So the first and fundamental way is just not to share your 20-forward recovery phrase with anyone. There will be a lot of scammers that try to pass for Ledger support. They might try to convince you that, hey, we're Ledger support. Why don't you share your 20-forward recovery phrase because you need to resynchronize your account or whatever. You know, they always come up with some scammy reasons for you to convince you to share your 20-forward recovery phrase. Anyone asking you for your phrase is a scammer, just to be super clear. Now, there is this awesome XRP class that was hosted by the US team that's available on YouTube in the live section. I would strongly recommend that you watch the replay you can learn tons of good best practices for securing your XRP Serena. So yeah, take a look and let me know how it goes. Next question, Emil. I see in the experimental tab there is an option to customize gas fee, set a tip while transacting. Nice. Yeah, I think this is part of the EIP 155. No, not related to EIP 1559, which is already integrated in Ledger Live, but I think this one is a new feature to make the Ethereum user experience better. I think eventually you'll also be able to cancel transactions in Ledger Live eventually, so stay tuned for that. Next question from Brooklyn State of Mind. Thank you. How do you know when warranty ends? Typically that ends after 2 years. After 2 years after you order your device, that's when the warranty ends. So, but just reach out to us. We'll check the warranty for you. Next question from Bulgarian. Okay, Emil. Yeah, you can try it and let me see if it works for Bulgarian. That would be interesting. Cool. Okay, next question from Crow Billy's. Trouble moving hashback staking account from old phone to my new phone. I have to install it. I do still have access to my account through my old phone with Wi-Fi. Do I existing wallet won't push. Well, Crow Billies, you shouldn't need to actually send the coins. I mean, unless you've changed your Ledger device, in which case if your HBAR account is secured by an old device with an old phrase, then you shouldn't need to do any transaction, right? You just download Ledger Live on your phone, on a new phone, and then you just import the account using Ledger Live, and that's all. You don't actually need to do any transaction. I don't know if that helps a lot. If that's a big issue, then just reach out to us, open a ticket via the Ledger Help Center. You can find the link in the video description. We can probably help you getting set up. So this is the Help Center, right? There's a button that you can't see because it's hidden by my camera, but just click the Contact Us button, start a conversation, and just ask for help. You can send us an email or start a live chat with an agent. We should be able to help you here. Okay, next question. Okay, Rohit, can you include Rango swapping app? Yeah, that's a good app. I like it. I've used it in the past. Rohit. That being said, we have documentation in Ledger Live, in the Help Center on how to use Rango. It's perfectly safe to use it with your Ledger device, but you won't be able to clear sign, which is kind of annoying. But we do have documentation on Rango, which is fully compatible with Ledger. Let me share that with you in case you did not know about it. Oops, Rohit. I agree, Rango is pretty good. I think it's using ThorSwap behind the scene and other apps like PairSwap, possibly. Okay, so that's you guys. Okay, when we had some lag. Okay, next, Omega Stu. How come it seems like Ledger Live is focusing on releasing and showcasing everything but the Ledger stacks? Yeah, I understand the frustration, Omega Stu. I know it's been a long time and the stacks is still not here. That being said, I know for sure that the team is really working hard to make sure that the product is good. We'll let you know. We'll send you an email when the device is ready to ship. So, but I don't have any TA to share, unfortunately. Okay. Next question. So Omega Stu, will there ever be a native Monero support within Ledger Live? Probably not short term. I've heard that it's actually very, very technically difficult to integrate Monero. And the reason is because of the whole privacy aspects, where the ring signatures are actually very complex to integrate. And we just don't have the bandwidth right now to integrate that into Ledger Live. And there might be some reasons where Ledger Live cannot do the computation to create those ring signatures as well. So there is a bunch of challenges when it comes to Monero integration. I would say for now, just keep using the CLI It's the best way to do it. Next question from Sweet and Sour. Okay, so hello, can I recover my coins if I lost my NanoX or let me check. Hello, can I recover my coins if I lost my NanoX or I cannot purchase one? What are the methods of recovering my coins without a cold wallet? Give example, please. Thanks. Yeah. So basically, your coins are your recovery phrase, right? So as long as you have your recovery phrase, you're fine. Okay, the recovery phrase is your coins. So let's say your device breaks and you don't have access to it anymore. Well, as long as you have the recovery phrase, you're good. So first option is what most people do is to get a new device and then they type the recovery phrase into the device and then they can get access to their accounts that way. Now, let's say you don't want to use Ledger for whatever reason, then you can still use the phrase to import your accounts into any wallet. So it could be a different hardware wallet, like a Trezor, Cold Card, for example. It could be also a software wallet. So you could type your phrase into software wallet. Now, that being said, because it's software, that means that it's running on a computer that's connected to the internet. As soon as you type your recovery phrase into a computer, then you expose your phrase to potentially being compromised, right? So that's something to keep in mind. This is very important. Whenever you type your phrase into a computer, an app, a phone, if there is some malware on the computer and this malware is detecting your phrase, this will be sent to a scammer that will immediately sweep the funds. So if you have your recovery phrase and you don't want to use Ledger, I would recommend to use another hardware wallet instead of a software wallet, because there is always a risk of losing your funds. So yeah, something to keep in mind. It's very, very important. Sweet and sour. Okay, next question and last question. Digital Armas. Hey there, why Ledger NanoX Pastel Green is out of stock? I need some. I don't know, I think they sold very quick and we need to replenish the stocks. I do think that you can sign up. There is probably an option to sign up whenever it goes back in stock. I agree, the Pastel Green looks amazing and that's the one that I wanted as well, but didn't get a chance to order it. The stocks just disappeared like so quickly, but they'll be back. I think the purple one is still in stock, so yeah, it's not the pastel, but it's also a good looking device. But yeah, you probably can. There's probably a notification button somewhere on the store. And last question, and I think I'll leave you guys with that for today. Emil, nothing changes. If there is an option to override, then I will probably change the language. Talking about Bulgarian. Yes, try that, Emil. Let me know if it works. And since it's an experimental feature, it might not perform super well, but let me know how that goes. All right, guys, so this is the end of the stream. Thank you so much again for joining the stream. Apologies about the technical issues halfway through the stream. First time I'm having OBS crash on me, so I don't know what happened here, but hopefully we were able to land back on our feet. But apologies for the bad user experience here. We'll be back tomorrow, me and Pringe, Prinjol from Ledger Sports. We'll be back live from the Ledger office, same time, 4:30 p.m. CET. So if you have more questions and you want to ask questions, or you just want to see Pringe, then tune in tomorrow, same time, 4:30 CET p.m. So that's Paris time. We'll be back. In the meantime, please do not share your 24-hour recovery phrase. Okay, don't get scammed. Anyone asking you for your 24-hour recovery phrase is trying to scam you. So stay safe, guys. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section and I'll pick them up tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow on the live. Bye-bye.